How's it going, guys? Before I start this video, please like and subscribe. So a subscriber asked me to make 5 pros and cons of being a wheelchair user, but today I'm going to be making 10. So let's get started. So the first pro is you have a story to tell. So if somebody comes up to you and asks why you're in a wheelchair, pretty much you have like an interesting story, like were in a car wreck, or you fell from a 2-story building, or for my case, I was shot. So a lot of people have stories to tell. You could like pretty much help others. So the second one is you could carry things on your wheelchair or on your lap instead of like carrying on your back, which could be pretty exhausting, especially when I was in school and carrying my backpack all around. I could just put it on my wheelchair if I go out to travel or if I'm carrying groceries or something like that. For the third one, I'll say patience. Being a wheelchair user or a disabled person, you pretty much learn patience. Like you be dropping stuff all the time and you pretty much had to learn. So I'll say patience is the big one, because in the beginning I wasn't real patient, but now it's like I drop something, I'm like, okay, it is what it is. The fourth one is I can use dial a ride. It's for like the disabled. In my area we have dial a ride, so like what they do is they come in with the van and they'll strap your wheelchair in. You could just go to your appointments and stuff like that. If somebody's busy, like your family member, or you don't have a ride to go to your appointments, you just call down ride and they'll just take you. So like the fifth one, I'll say when I get tired, I can ask people to push me, especially if like I go to Disneyland or it's just been a long day, I'm just tired, because it's pretty exhausting just using your arms all the time, just like if you was to walk. Sixth one is your shoes last longer. You don't have to like pretty much scuff it all the time. Maybe on your wheelchair you might scuff it, but pretty much that your shoes last long. I have my shoes for at least a couple years and they still look brand new. The seventh one is people are willing to help you more than if you weren't really disabled. Like people will like open the doors and like help you if you need something like in stores and stuff like that. So that's a big bonus right there. Eighth one, which I think is pretty cool, is you could get into wheelchair sports and stuff like that. And also like you could do tricks, pop off the curbs, and so those are pretty fun. The ninth one will be you always have a seat. So if you go somewhere, you pretty much have a seat. You can take it anywhere. Like for your appointments, you'll notice like it's always crammed, but at least you have a seat. And something my sister also mentioned is, I don't know the name of the game, I forgot, but if you know, please leave a comment below. But it's that one game where they take the chairs away and the last person wins. Pretty much I automatically win if you think of it, so that's a plus. 10th one, I'll say handicapped parking. I don't want to be like going to the store and we're parked far away because it's all crowded. At least I have handicapped parking, so that's pretty cool. For the cons, there's more cons than pros, of course, so making this video took a little time and a little bit of thinking, but I finally got it done. So for the cons, the first one will be you can't stroll everywhere, such as grass, bad pavement, gravel. If you're in a garage and it's crammed, small areas, it's kind of hard to move around. So that's a big one for me. So for the second one, I'll say it'll be carrying stuff such as foods and drinks. So like whenever like we have movie nights and stuff like that, I'm trying to go to the living room or just go to my room to eat. It's hard to carry my plate at the same time carry a cup without trying to spill it. So that's pretty hard. Unless you have like one of those wheelchair cup holders, and that's cool. But for me, in my case, I don't, so it's pretty hard for me to do that. For the third one, for being a wheelchair user, will be you get a lot of back pain, especially sitting down, and then on top of that, you get nerve pains. It could be from having leg spasms, and in my case, I don't get leg spasms, but I do get the nerve pains, which the people that do get spasms experience. Back pain and nerve pain is like the big one for me, at least. I'm on medications for that. The fourth one will be pressure sores. I've actually went through surgery. I'm still going through surgery for my pressure sores, where I had a bone infection because it ended up getting that bad. Fifth one will be accidents. We have accidents, like we're sitting, our bladder's getting pushed, and so we might pee ourselves or have number two or something like that. Especially if you sleep at night and if you don't have like a bowel or a cath program, then you pretty much have a lot of accidents, and then mostly like how to wear diapers until you like figure it out or get better or something like that. Sixth one, I'll say wheelchair maintenance. Like make sure your wheelchair screws are tight, brakes will like move, so you gotta like readjust them and then retighten them. Sometimes your wheelchair breaks a lot, and also you got on top of that, clean your wheelchair because your wheels touch everything and then your hands touch it, so it's pretty much you always having dirty hands. Seventh one will be you can't have sex, at least naturally. There are ways, but it's pretty hard and we can't have it naturally and we can't feel it. At least unless you're incomplete, you might feel some, but for my case, I can't. The eighth one, I'll say not using your legs or not be able to use your legs, which makes you like a fall risk pretty much, because you pretty much have to rely on your arms and you can fall. If someone's at the door, it takes you a while to get up. You know, if you have to turn off the light, it takes a while. So just not using your legs, it is pretty hard. The ninth one, I'll say opening the door. It's hard to open a door, especially if it's a heavy door. Most likely need somebody to help you unless you're pretty good at it. The 10th one, like I mentioned about the pros, somebody could push you. For the cons, of course, is your arms do get tired, so you can only go so far. So that's why it's pretty helpful to have like an electric chair or one of those attachment motors, the ones that I have on this one. And so this is a smart drive. So what they do is they attach like a bracket to your wheelchair, so you could just clip it on. But the only downfall about this is it's pretty heavy. It's almost like 20-30 pounds. And especially since I have no core balance, it's pretty hard to carry this. So I need somebody to help me. So those are my top 10 pros and cons. And if there's a video you want me to do, please leave a comment below and I'll check that out. And I might make a video on that. And also I'll give you a shout out. So if this video was helpful or entertaining, please like, comment, subscribe, and also share. And I'll see you next time. Bye.